Hi, and welcome to a PinterestAddictsDiary.com. This is my first weblog or tutorial done on a video, so please don't mind the mistakes I make. Today I'm going to show you how to make my favorite chocolate chip cookies. I know chocolate chip cookies recipes are a dime a dozen online, but I'm really hoping that you'll enjoy mine and how fluffy and yummy they are. Anyway, you go ahead and get your stuff organized. I'll show you what we have to do today. Of course, we have KitchenAid mixer, which I call my Precious. It's actually a brand new Precious. I had to replace it this morning. Here in the front we have 12 tablespoons of softened butter, just set at room temperature for about an hour and a half. 3/4 of a cup of light brown sugar. In this small bowl here I have 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and 1 teaspoon of 1 teaspoon of cornstarch. Over in this bowl I have 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour. To top everything else out, I have, and I'm going to be using 1.5 teaspoons of double strength vanilla. And finally, we have over in the back here white chocolate chips, milk chocolate chips, crushed walnuts, and 2 eggs. Okay, let's get ready to go. One thing I forgot to mention on the list of things you'll need is a gallon-sized Ziploc bag. I use these for putting the flour in, as it makes it easier and there's no flyaways and it doesn't dirty up your kitchen. I'll show you how in a moment. As you can see, I've folded over the top of the Ziploc bag. Let's make it a little bit better there. And first of all, I empty the salt and the baking powder and cornstarch in. Get rid of that. And then empty in the flour, trying not to make myself a mess. Just like so. And then straighten it back out again. And shake to combine it all together. And set that aside so that it's all ready to go when you need it. Okay, now we're ready to start making the cookies. Go ahead and put the sugar and the butter into the mixing bowl. Attach your whisk attachment. And turn it on to 1. You need to keep it going on 1 to 3, depending on your preference, until it is neatly, well, not neatly, it's creamed and fluffy. I like to go for about 3 to 5 minutes on that, just because it ends up making the cookie a lot fluffier. Anyway, here we go. So you can see now that it's all nice and fluffy. And bring it up, and we're going to replace the whisk attachment with the paddle attachment. So knock your butter and sugar mixture off. And put that aside and attach your hopefully less beaten up attachment, paddle attachment. I like using one with a side scraper. It makes life a lot easier. And add 1.5 teaspoons. I kind of guesstimate, I like vanilla, of your vanilla extract, and both of your eggs. I use farm fresh eggs just because I like knowing where my products come from for the most part, and I personally know most of these chickens. So whisk it all together, mix it all together until it's well incorporated. Okay, now that it's well incorporated, go ahead and get your Ziploc bag of flour, salt, cornstarch and baking powder and cut the tip off, just like this. And putting your mixer on the low speed to start off, because we still don't want to have flour flying everywhere. Put it on low speed and start incorporating your flour. Okay, now it's all mixed, the dough is all mixed together. You can see it's all nice and fluffy and light colored. Now we get to add the chocolate chips and the walnuts and gently fold those in too. I like to sneak them around the back, so sorry if you don't get a good view there. No sneaking any. You want to be gentle with the dough at this point. So using your mixer on the slowest setting, just work it till it's mostly incorporated. Done! Voila! Okay, now we're ready to put the cookies on the tray. Line your cookie sheet with some parchment paper and taking about a golf ball size, make balls. And you can stick, they don't spread very far, so you can stick them 3 per line, I guess, as you see. You can see as I'm rolling up this particular bowl how soft the dough is. Rules I've read online said half of that is to do with the cornstarch in the dough. It makes a nice, yummy, soft cookie. Making cookies is not an exact science, so I don't like measuring things like telling myself or others to make sure you use 1 exact tablespoon of dough per bowl. Cookie baking is supposed to be fun. Okay, and here we show that the cookies are done. We like them to be a little bit browned, as you can see on these top ones. Cookies are awesome, light and fluffy, as you can see when you break them open. They're kind of yummy and gooey at the same time. Anyway, I hope this tutorial has helped you guys out. Come join us again next week when I'm going to show you how to make marshmallow fluff from scratch.